Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the CEO and president of Kangaroo Cases. He's going to tell you why his company is growing by leaps and bounds. That's next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, if you've watched this show for any length of time, you know I'm a member of EO Dallas. I'm a big fan of entrepreneurs, and I like to interview fellow members when I get a chance. Bo Rollins, I met him for the first time last week. Kangaroo Cases. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.
Well, I love the entrepreneurial journey. So first of all, what is Kangaroo Cases?
Sure. So Kangaroo Cases is a custom ATA flight case manufacturer. We're based here in Dallas, Texas, and our mission is to protect our customers' valuable assets.
Wow. And this is one of those industries that you don't think about, but you probably see it. If you've ever gone to a concert, a big convention, these cases are what store this precious cargo.
Exactly. I liken it to when you get a new car and you drive off the lot and in your silver pickup truck, you've never seen a silver pickup on the road until you drive off the lot. You see 50 silver pickup trucks in every parking lot. That's how ATA cases are. Until you're kind of aware of them, they're kind of in the background, which is how they're kind of made to be. But yeah, they're in every application you can think of.
And we're going to go to the gallery page of the website, and as we scroll down this, you can just see they get all different shapes and sizes. So how does this work? So customer orders something from you. This is custom made for them?
Custom made. So a lot of our cases are for the professional audio and visual industry. And so when new lights come out, new soundboards, new speakers, we create cases for those. Now we can, instead of starting from scratch, we can use a prior design, and we make a custom case built for whatever our customer needs, whether that's lights, soundboards, speakers, in the pro audiovisual space.
What's your favorite story of a time that you saved the day? Because I know, the turnaround time is a certain number of days or weeks, and do you have a story that you like to tell of a customer who, I have to have this in Toledo by Thursday?
It's pretty unique, and because we're in Dallas, we have a lot of acts come through, and so it's just a small part of what we do. But when Coldplay was here last year, we're based right there in Deep Ellum, right next to Fair Park, and so they were starting their American tour at the Cotton Bowl, and so we got looped in with them where they were having some pressing case needs, and so we got to create or work on some of their cases, and including like the case at the piano that Chris Martin plays on stage. Like we worked on the case for that and kind of helped get them going for their U.S. side of their tour.
That is so cool. Tell us your journey, because before Kangaroo Cases, what were you doing?
So my first part of my career, I was in finance and banking, and where I am today is kind of a product of COVID and being at home more, working from home more, and being around my family. I have 3 kids, and kind of feeling like I could be doing more, kind of maybe that I was wasting the talent that God had blessed me with. And so in talking to a lot of people, I got introduced to ETA, or entrepreneurship through acquisition. And so instead of starting from scratch and building a company that might take 5-10 years, you find a business that you acquire and that's cash flowing and established, and then grow that. And so I went that track and started a business search in late 2020 with really the thought of wanting to find a Dallas brand that I could grow. And there wasn't a real detailed thesis. It was just finding an established Dallas company that I could take to the next level. And so that's how I found it.
And Bo, what are some of the things that you've brought to the company so far?
Really just updating systems and simplifying, learning that we don't have to be everything to everybody and be really good at what we're doing and making the best possible products as well, not cutting corners, maybe having a higher price point, but showing our customers that the reason they're having the higher price point is because of the quality and the long-lasting durability of the cases.
Sure. We've got some animation that we found on your Facebook page. Tell us what we're looking at here.
So this was for a metal detector, and it's kind of looks like it's at a club, but for any sporting event you're going to or any place, right, probably these days where you have to walk through a metal detector for security reasons, this was a case that we had designed for those that could be taken around wherever they needed to, because they're pretty expensive items themselves.
Any supply chain issues so far? Because I know, you started your business, I guess, during COVID or at the tail end of COVID. Are you experiencing any problem with plywood and some of the different materials you need?
We've been lucky. We have some great suppliers, and other than we have had to increase prices also due to tariffs that we're experiencing, but we haven't had anything that we weren't able to get our hands on. It was just more of a price point cost increasing.
And I know any entrepreneur is only as good as their team, so I want to give you a chance to brag about your team. Tell us about the kinds of hardworking men and women you like to attract.
Definitely. So that's what we're trying to do, is just keep growing our team and instilling the values that we have of trust and respect and attention to detail, consistency, and just really having a passion for the brand and what you're doing. And we have a great team. We have a master carpenter that runs our workshop and instills those values into his team as well. And I work hand in hand with him, and just really finding good people to add that appreciate and know they're doing a good job.
Well, I respect you because sometimes it takes a fresh pair of eyes to come into a company and say to the employees, hey, look, if you were running the company, what would you do? What changes would you do? And some industries have just done it forever. And why do they do it? Because that's the way it's always been done.
Exactly.
So have there been some changes since you came on board that made it more efficient?
Definitely. Just getting feedback from our team members and saying, you know better than I do. You teach me. What should we be doing in this instance? How should we be approaching this design? And literally, it's cheesy to say, but watching the guys work, it's like watching an artist. It's something that might take you or I a week to make, where they can whip it up in 10 minutes. And it's really an impressive piece of art that they really are creating.
That's amazing. Okay, we're going to show some more pictures off of Facebook, and I think it's kind of cool. You do attract some fun employees. As we scroll through this, this is interesting. You can custom make it so you can actually serve food out of a case.
Literally any application from, this is a food service for, I think, a juice company, to national championship trophies, to coffee makers. I mean, the list goes on. And you saw in that first picture was our Foot Locker side, which we also make camp foot lockers. And so positioning those as maybe the Yeti cooler.
All right, I got it. What is that? What are we looking at?
That is a case that we had to build outside of our shop because it wouldn't fit through the doors. And we have large overhead doors. And so I can't remember off the top of my head what that was for, but literally showing that we'll make a custom case to fit whatever needs we have of our customers.
And I got to brag about his office. He's got this cool old building. How old is the building?
So it dates back to late 1800s, and it's the old Southwestern Bell telephone and telegraph switch house. So any call or telegraph, I guess, coming into Dallas in the early 1900s went through that building. And so our showroom is the old switch house floor, where has the original floors and markings all over them, and definitely unique space.
And even the desks and the cabinets are cases. It's really a cool company.
That's right, fully integrated. We don't have to buy much in terms of furniture or anything, because we can just make it and it fits with the brand.
Okay, what's your outlook for the next 12 months? What do you see for yourself?
Surprisingly, even though we're into 2023, the industry is still just waking up. I'm hearing stories even of this year, venues opening back up for the first time. And so since we do service a lot of that audiovisual spaces, whether it's large ballrooms or hotels or concert venues, whatever, we're seeing that start back up still. And so we're excited to have our best year yet. and just trying to keep up with the demand.
Outstanding. You've been an amazing guest. We're going to end with the website, which is kangaroocases.com. The great Bo Rollins. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks so much, Jeff.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.